What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Chase Lee, and the movie I want to take a look at right now is Jumanji: The Next Level. Now, this one comes from Sony. It is directed by Jake Kasdan, and this one is the follow-up to Welcome to the Jungle. We follow the same four kids that we saw in Welcome to the Jungle. They're in college now, and they all come back home, to their hometown during Christmas break, and one of the people in the group, the video game of Jumanji is actually in their basement. So when he goes home to his parents' house, he goes into the basement, he purposely puts himself into the game. So his other friends, when they come over wondering where he's at, because they're like, hey, you're home for the holidays, we want to hang out, they realize that the game has been turned on, and maybe he got sucked into it. And so they band together again to go back into the game and try to fish out their friend before the game ends, and they're stuck in there for all eternity. So you have old returning characters coming back. You have new ones with new actors and actresses with like Danny DeVito, Danny Glover, and Awkwafina. So this is definitely a sequel that lives up to the word sequel and amps it up a little bit, gets more people in it, and raises up the stakes just a tad bit more. So that is your basic story right there. I won't spoil anything more just in case if you don't want to be spoiled. I don't think I reviewed Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle on my channel, and if I did, I'm losing it, guys. So you can go ahead and call a retirement home and put me in there because I'm getting older. Losing my mind. Yeah, so I don't know if I reviewed it or not, but my overall thoughts for Welcome to the Jungle is I thought it was just average. I know some people that loved it, some people that hated it, and I'm glad this movie's getting all different types of reactions to it, but I thought for the most part, Welcome to the Jungle was just fine. Some parts really worked, but I think some parts, wore out its novelty a little bit and wore out its premise, and it just became a little stale and a tad bit annoying. So, with the next level, I wasn't really expecting much, but hey, I wanted to see it, so, and my mind could be changed. I could be like, wow, I was an idiot. Welcome to the Jungle was so good, and this one is great too. I don't know why I didn't see the genius in it. So I saw the next level, and I think it's slightly below the first one, but I think overall it's still just fine. So, Jake Kasdan directs Welcome to the Jungle, and he directed The Next Level. And the one thing I do like about both of them in his directing style is that he does make it look like a video game. It looks like a lot of fun if this was an actual video game to play. Unfortunately, we're sitting in the audience and we have to watch it, but I think adapting, jumping from level to level, the cutscenes, and even making fun of them, and I don't know, just it's a very immersive experience when they get into the game, and you really do feel like you're in this video game, and it's this really great sense of fun in certain areas, with the animals that they encounter or environments, or the fact that the CGI does look a little off, but that's okay. I can excuse it because it's a video game. It kind of fits in that environment, but yeah, I think the overall tone and direction of these films is actually fine. I have no issue with them. There's humor in it. There's there's adventure. There's thrills, and I think everyone in the family can enjoy it. It is a little edgier than like the original Jumanji from the early '90s, because both of them are PG-13 and that one was PG. But I still think everyone in the family can enjoy it. Where I have issue with both of these films is that the humor just falls flat like 90% of the time. And they rely on the novelty of like these teenagers being in Dwayne Johnson's body, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, or Jack Black. And so these actors who are big name actors are acting like kids. And, in this one they have Danny DeVito and Danny Glover that get into these bodies, so they have to act like older people. That's fine for the first few minutes, but it gets old very, very fast. And so they rely on a lot of the jokes for physical gags or, different accents that Dwayne Johnson or Kevin Hart are trying out, or Jack Black acting like a teenage girl. I get that. That might be funny to a lot of people for the long stretch of the movie, but for me, it dies out within 10 to 15 minutes. Not saying it ruins my experience. I'm just saying if this movie is going to tout itself as an adventure comedy, then comedy doesn't really work for me, all the way through. But there's some parts where it might catch me off guard, and I might laugh or smirk or chuckle because Kevin Hart does have some pretty funny lines as Danny Glover's kind of old man voice, and Awkwafina at some point has some funny stuff. I won't say why because it is a switch and it is a plot point in the story, but She brought some of the laughs too, but it just the comedy doesn't work for me, guys. It just doesn't. But the adventure part of it does for the most part, and I think for an entertaining kind of little movie to kind of take your family to, I still think it's worth it if you want to check it out if you like the first one. But yeah, it just just not really for me. But yeah, I think all the performances. Speaking of the comedy, I think everyone's committed. I think Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. Sometimes they get into roadblocks where some of their movies are just not really hitting at all. But I'm glad they found this franchise, and I'm glad that people like them in this, and I'm glad that they found this that they can keep kind of coming back to in case other stuff doesn't work out. Karen Gillan's really fun to watch. Jack Black is always committed and energetic in any role he's ever done, even some of his dramatic roles. He's still got that energy because he's Jack Black. Danny DeVito and Danny Glover, like they're nice additions. Some of their humor just really doesn't work, and Danny DeVito is one of the funniest people on the planet. If you just watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you will laugh yourself sick because of what that man says on that show. But I actually really liked some of their character moments in the movie where they were friends and they kind of went apart and they come back together, and now they're stuck in this game, so they have to kind of work out some stuff. And so I did find some of the parts a little sweet and innocent when like they were in Dwayne Johnson's body or Kevin Hart's body, and they were kind of like talking to each other and really kind of getting to the core as to why like they have so much bitterness towards each other. I thought that was nice. It was cute. But yeah, I like those moments more when they kind of got to the nitty gritty of why these characters hate each other and why their backstory of how they're friends and everything versus like the comedy and everything. So yeah, those parts kind of caught me off guard. I was like, okay, they could have more of those. I like that. So yeah, I thought the acting all around, Awkwafina, like I said, was great. She always adds just so much to any movie. I mean, I didn't really care for Crazy Rich Asians that much, but I did like her presence in it. And in The Farewell, don't even get me started on that. It's fantastic. But she's funny in this. She's got some heart to her. Like, she's just a good character. And then everyone else, Nick Jonas. If you're a Jonas Brothers fan, he's in this. Go support him. I don't really care for his acting too much. But everyone, great job. For a 2-hour-long movie, I think this movie kind of is brisk. It just whizzes by. It keeps you entertained with all these big and loud set pieces that you would expect a video game to be if you were actually playing it. So I think you can find enjoyment in it if you love the first one, lukewarm on the first one. If you're forced to go see it, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. So, and before I get my grade, they have a little stinger at the end of the movie, kind of a mid-credit scene. I will say this. If they do a third one, I'm cool with it. That's all I'll say. They might be going back to the well a little bit, but I'd be cool with it. So, I think it's a little underwhelming than the first one. A lot of stuff just really felt forced, and the novelty wore off even quicker in this one. So I'm going to give this one a C-. I don't really know what do you guys want me to say? It's the Jumanji movie. But like I said, I will say if they do a third one, I would be cool with it. So let me know down below what you thought of Jumanji The Next Level, and if you love it or if you hate it, please let me know, and if I don't respond to you, that's okay. I still read all the comments. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get more movie reviews just like this one. That will do it for this review, though. I am Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.